You will need 1/4 yard or less of fabric, 2 1-inch adjustable sliders, 2 1-inch rings, it could be any kind of D-ring or this rectangle ring or circle ring, a zipper, 2 yards of 1-inch webbing, and a jumbled teddy bear. So I got my teddy bear from the thrift store, so I washed it and dried it, but I kind of dried it on a high setting and the nose got scorched and some of the fur, so if I did it again, I would definitely do it on a lower setting. You're going to need 2 pieces of fabric, the width of the zipper, and whatever length you need depending on the size of your teddy bear. Place your zipper right side down and sew along the edge using a zipper foot. Once the zipper is sewn on, flip it under and top stitch the fabric down onto the zipper. And then you're going to repeat that for the other piece of fabric on the other side of the zipper. Now that you have your zipper installed, you're going to fold your fabric together with the top of the zipper facing on the outside. And then sew along all 3 edges. Your zipper pouch is complete and ready to be installed into your teddy bear. And now you want to take your teddy bear and look for a seam you would like to put your zipper pouch in. You can put it basically at any seam, the front, back, head, leg, bottom, wherever there's a seam is where you could put a pouch. The seam I'm using is down the middle of the back, and I'm just going to seam rip the length of the zipper. Now you can place your zipper pouch inside your teddy bear without pulling out any stuffing, but I like to pull out just a little bit. I still like it to be full, but just a little bit more space for my things so everything's not as squished. Start from one of the ends and pin the zipper down. As I'm going around, I like to kind of tuck the fur under just so it kind of keeps it neater and doesn't get stuck in the zippers after I sew everything into place. For extra strength, I threaded 2 pieces of thread through my needle, doubled, and tied them all together at the end, making it 4 pieces of thread strong. Now I just sew around my zipper twice, and then I do a few extra stitches at each end of the zipper for some extra stability. You're going to place the top of your straps at the bottom of the head seam close to the arms and seam rip about 1 inch for the straps. Cut a 3-inch piece of webbing, slide it through your ring, and sew the ends together. And repeat for the other ring. Now place the webbing into the hole that you seam ripped about 1/2 inch deep. Then you're going to sew, making sure you catch all of the layers. I also like to do a couple of extra stitches at both ends so I can make sure the part that I seam ripped doesn't come back loose. And repeat that on the other side. I forgot to mention that every time you cut the webbing, you want to melt the edges to prevent it from fraying if you're using a synthetic fiber like I am. Now you're going to take the remaining webbing and cut it in half. Take one of the pieces of webbing, loop it through the slider, and sew it in place a few times, and repeat with the other piece of webbing and slider. With the stitch side face up, thread the webbing up through the ring and then back down through the slider. If your teddy bear has a seam along the bottom, then you're going to place the bottom of your straps on that seam near the leg holes. Mine doesn't, so I'm going to place my straps on the leg seam in a similar place as if there was a seam across the bottom. Just like before, you're going to seam rip about a 1-inch opening, place the webbing in about 1/2 inch deep, and sew through all the layers, and you're going to repeat that to the other side. And you're done. I also added a zipper in the head of my bear, but I strongly suggest that you only put light stuff in it because it will make the head sag down if you try to load it with things. Alright, till next time, bye!